Okay, looks like I'm live. Let me wait and make sure that that holds true. I've got YouTube pulled up on another tab. I haven't done this in quite a while. I'm actually a little nervous. No reason to be nervous, of course, but um, when I started doing YouTube, I started just to have these talks with the chat. I just sit here and kind of talk about current events and that sort of thing, and just kind of did it by myself. Kind of built up a little bit of a community, and then uh, ended up with a lot of streams going on, and life got too much to juggle, and I had a kid, and things just kind of got crazy. So now I'm kind of at a point where things have slowed down a little. I can stream infrequently and post several short videos a day, hopefully. But just wanted to go through some stuff that I talked about a little bit earlier, but I'd like to talk about again. And if you're in the chat, if you're watching, um, you know, feel free to comment, and I'll mention that again because I don't think anybody's watching right now. But I'm going to kind of move faster through some of this stuff just because I know that this is going to go up as a video. And since I haven't gone live in so long, not many people are actually going to watch this live. But if you do watch this and you're not subscribed, subscribe. I don't really do that much in my videos because it annoys me when people, ask for subscriptions and that sort of thing. I don't really like it. Um, so, you know, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, and we'll kind of get into this stuff. So I haven't messed with Restream in a long time, and I haven't really messed with streaming whatsoever. My internet is much better here. My upload speed, I just tested my download and upload. My download speed was like 300 and my upload was like 29 or something. So much better than, if you guys remember, whoever, if anybody watches this that remembers from early on, my God, my speeds were terrible. My first few streams, when I had my feud with Tim Pool, those streams were horrendous, but that's okay. That's okay. It got people interested, and now we're over 1,000 subscribers. Kind of cool. Um, Again, for me, this is more just like it's fun to do. I like to get my opinion out there. So let me go ahead and share this first. Well, let's see. Where is it? I'm going to pull up this first tab. Like I said, I haven't done this in quite a while. So it can be kind of something. Hey, I see a couple people are watching. Feel free to put something in the chat. Say hi. I like to talk to the chat. That's YouTube for me is more about just kind of talking to people. It's not really about anything else. So I'm going to share this tab. I think you can see it here. It's just a Yahoo search of this Real Men ad. I know I made a video about this earlier, but I just wanted to. I was kind of hoping that people would come through live to talk about this because it's really funny to me. And the thing about making a video, like, you never know what people are going to react with when they do. But when you make a live, you can kind of watch what people are saying in real time and kind of like go back and forth with them, and that's the most fun to me. So let me pull this. So this video, this Kamala Harris ad, I don't know who actually made this, because at the end of it says something like it's not made by any specific campaign. So I don't really know where it originated, but it's hilarious that it exists and that somebody went to all the trouble to do this. So this is a Real Men for Kamala Harris here. Now, if you're watching, if you can let me know if you can see, it looks like I can see, you can see rather, this page. Maybe it's too small. Maybe should I make it bigger? No, that doesn't really do much, and it takes me off of there. And of course, my beautiful face is the reason you're here, right? Okay, so let's take a look at this. Oh, Jesus, this is so hard to watch. Like, I watched it and just like I wanted to die. All right, so you should be able to hear it. I'm going to turn my volume down just a little bit. The baby's sleeping, so I don't really want to wake her up. She's such a good baby, though. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and play this. Looks like somebody else might have just joined. Hey, feel free to say something in the chat. I love talking in the chat. So here we go. Okay. Here's this beautiful, beautiful ad. Maybe I can. Does that help? Does that look better? Sweet. Okay, here we go.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man, man.
And I'm man enough. I'm man.
My God. I mean, these are just like the most manly of manly men, right? There's something about like guys saying, you know, I'm so manly. Like I am manly enough that I'm going to do this thing that, you know, is traditionally unmanly. That's just like the most beta thing that you could possibly do. So, oh my goodness. Hang on one second. I'll be right back, guys. Well, this changed things. I've got a friend that wanted to come down and see me, so, well, she's doing okay, but you know how it is if you're a parent. Duties call, and I've got a sleepy little friend that decided to wake up. But anyway, as long as she's doing okay, she's not wanting to go back to sleep. So we'll just keep hanging out. We'll do this real casually. I'm not a professional streamer or anything, so I don't think anybody will care. Turn the lights down a little bit just for her. But let's restart this video. I still want to watch it. And hopefully she'll comply. But I hope that you guys understand. Like the baby comes first, of course. That's why I haven't been streaming all this time. When she needs something, she's the priority, and her bedtime just happens to coincide with when the streams used to start. So she's gonna stream with me. We're gonna sit here and talk. Okay. So anyway, so let's start this video. If somebody who watches this can timestamp it for whenever we actually get started on it, and who knows, I may end up having to delete this stream because of this, but it's okay. Bungemoid asked Microsoft Copilot, what does Mr. Hominoid do on YouTube? Microsoft Copilot, Mr. Hominoid is a content creator, produces a variety of entertaining videos. His content often includes vlogs, adventures, and quirky commentary. That's true. He seems to have a playful and engaging style, often wandering around and helping people in Australia. Does that sound like something you'd enjoy? That's hilarious, dude. I love that. Mr. Hominoid is great. One of my favorites of all time. Good to see you, Bungemoid. I like these talks with the chat. Like I said before, I just like doing it. So let's watch this video. This video is friggin' hilarious. I died when I saw it.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man, man.
And I'm man enough. I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Like this is, it's just like there's so many, stereotypical like man does this, man, this is what makes you a man things. It's kind of stupid because like normal guys are like, oh, you're one of those guys that you want the good old boy stereotype with the bourbon and the the rare steak and all that. So it's like, well, I like my steaks medium rare. Bourbon neat is okay, but like, why would you when you could drink literally anything else? I like some Johnny Walker Black Label, but I don't tie my identity as a man into this. So it's really strange that well, I guess I shouldn't say strange. It's predictable, but I think it's really weird that when people are trying to appeal to men that this is where they go. I think it's really stupid, because like what do men do? Well, men do. Oh, I'm gonna say just like what I just did. I was doing something else, and my daughter cried. She was asleep, refuses to go back to sleep, so now she's hanging out with me, and I get to play with her and talk with her. And you put her before whatever else. And, if she gets to a point where this is no longer allowable, then I turn this off and I take care of her. And that's just the way, that's what a man really does. Like, it has nothing to do with all these superficial things. Anyway, let's go ahead with this. Let's see if it'll go.
Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Man enough to deadlift 500, then braid it.
Okay, I brought this up. I brought this up when I made the video about this. This guy does not deadlift 500 pounds. Look at him. Look at the, like, not that this matters, but as somebody who can deadlift 500 pounds, look at this. He's got tiny little chicken legs. This dude does not deadlift 500 pounds. I can almost guarantee you that. Unless he's doing like sumo stance so wide that it's like toes touching the barbell plates. Yeah, I don't, but it, again, like that has nothing to do with being a man. Like I know plenty of guys that can deadlift 500 who are gigantic sissies, and a lot of guys that can't, that I wouldn't mess with whatsoever. And this is, it's just a, 100% stereotypes thing. Yeah. Anyway, let's see, where is the tab?
100, then braid the out of my daughter's hair.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
There's no way that this wasn't intentional, by the way. No way. This dude is like enormous, like pushing 400 pounds. It's like, I eat carburetors for breakfast. I don't think that's all he eats. He probably ate the engine block and the everything else. But, you know, it's really funny that that's the thing that they said. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
I ain't afraid of bears. That's what.
This one made me laugh because he's like, I ain't afraid of bears. But, you know, I think he's talking about a different kind of bear. I don't think that he's talking about like the bear you find in the forest. I think he's talking about the bear that you find at the disco club. The disco club. Oh my goodness.
What bear hugs are for.
I'll tell you another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of. Women.
Said every virgin ever. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's just so cringe. It's like, are guys afraid of women? Are guys afraid of electing women? Are guys afraid of voting for women? I don't think so. That's not the issue. It's that this woman is particularly terrible. Yeah, baby. Oof, oof. That's a dog, by the way. Don't laugh at her. No, but it's not that. It's the same with Hillary Clinton back in the day, you know. With Hillary Clinton, it was nobody was against her because she was a woman. We didn't hate her because she had a vagina. We didn't like Hillary Clinton because she was an evil war hawk. That's why people didn't like Hillary Clinton. But this is, you know, it just assumes, yeah, you don't like Harris because she's a woman. You won't vote for her because she's a woman. And it's ridiculous. She's grunting at me like a pig. Mr. Buncham-White, I think he meant carbohydrates. That's hilarious. Yeah, you're right. He did. It was all the flapjacks, man. That's what he was talking about. Jeez, man. I can't believe that this was ever made.
I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
I'm not afraid of women. The way that this guy sits, like, I'm going to drag this back. Like, the way that this guy is sitting, like, I don't know if he's gay or straight. I've got my suspicions, and I'm sure you do too. But that is not, like, when you're talking about, like, trying to be, I'm manly, I'm a man, guys don't sit like that. Who sits like that? Have you ever met a guy in real life that actually sat like that? I never have. I mean, never. It's one of just the craziest things. Like, when you look at this ad, when you just like visually see this ad and you think about, you know, who's it supposed to reach? Is it supposed to reach like swing state middle America men? Men like that don't identify with this. Hell, men like that probably don't identify much with me. You know, I went to college for almost 8 years. I do a job that people probably consider to be kind of cushy. You know, the working class guys, I don't, and it's true. I don't really hang out with, you know, it's not that I have anything against them. And you know, I've got plenty of friends that from time to time will go have a beer and stuff, and they're working class guys, but I don't have a whole lot in common with them as far as just like day-to-day things. I don't have anything against them. We just don't have a whole lot in common. But this guy right here is not going to reach those people. I mean, look, my dad cuts firewood for a living. You know, I've worked construction. I've worked in restaurants. Like, I understand it. I've been around those people, and it's not like, this is not what those sorts of, I've been one of these people is what I'm trying to say, you know? And I say that with all respect, because there's nothing wrong with being a working class person. I'm myself, I'm middle class. And I've noticed, as you know, as my job got progressively more like cushy and higher skilled, quote unquote, and I made more money, you know, the people that I used to hang out with that, you know, we you know, what do they call it? Started at the bottom sort of thing. We had less and less in common. And, you know, that doesn't mean that you stop hanging out with those people and all that. But, you know, this is a whole tangent. But anyway, this beautiful fellow, the point is, nobody sits like this guy. Wow, that was a long. This is why this is part of why I needed Howard to like rope me back in when I went off on these tangents.
Women.
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
They want to use IVF to start a family? I'm not afraid of families.
This is something that I've brought up like time and time again. Why did IVF become a political talking point this voting cycle? Like, it never really, like, they've coupled it in with abortion, and it never really was a political point that anyone really talked about mainstream. Like, I know there were niche conversations about it, but it wasn't something that was like forefront, like the vice presidential candidate saying, I used IVF to start my family. It's like going so far as to lie about it because it was such a political talking point. I don't understand where that, like, why can someone tell me why that just suddenly became a thing? I have no idea.
They want to be childless cat ladies?
Have all the cats you want.
Woman wants to be president?
Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement.
Full-throated. That was intentional, I think. But the thing is, like, the way that this ad is formulated, it's kind of like, vote for her because she's a woman and women are great. And it's like, that's not why we vote for candidates. We don't vote for candidates because of their gender. Like, you're an idiot if you do. Nobody should do that. But apparently people do, and they think it's a good enough argument to make a campaign ad out of it. Like I said, it's like Hillary Clinton. We didn't vote against Hillary Clinton because she was a woman. We voted against Hillary Clinton because she was evil. And that's exactly what's going on here. Literally.
Because I'm man enough to support women.
Man enough to know what kind of donuts I like.
That's such an esoteric thing. When you talk about, like, the weird idiosyncrasies of this particular election cycle, you talk about, I know what kind of donuts I like. He's referencing that JD Vance thing where he was just like, let me, give me whatever, a Dunkin' Donuts. And it's like, they're like, he's so weird. He didn't know what donuts you like. But, like, if I was ordering 24 donuts, it's exactly what I would do. Like, I don't eat donuts very often. Like, I can't tell you the last time I had a donut. But if I were going to have a donut, what I would do is say, well, and get a box of them and be like, just give me an assortment. That's what I'd do. I don't see why that became such a I don't know. Maybe just Americans are just fat. That's the solution to the equation. Americans are they're just fat.
Enough to admit I'm lost, even when I refuse to ask for directions.
Man enough to not ban young women from reading Little Women.
Or one of those.
They're banning Little Women. I didn't know that. I don't know why they would. I read that book when I was in school. I don't remember. Do you guys remember? Or do you guys know what he's talking about? Are they actually banning Little Women? It seems like a strange book to ban. It almost feels like, it would be one that the left would want to ban because it would encourage, like, female gender stereotypes. Like, that's the way that I would think that through. If somebody was banning Little Women, I would think it would be the left, but I guess not. Where are we at here?
Those pants books that the sisters like.
Pants, but is he talking about Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants? I don't know.
Man enough to raw dog a flight. It sucked. Not worth it.
Why are people doing that? By the way, does anybody know? Like, why are people raw dogging flights? Like, you just don't use any form of entertainment. I've seen, like, people are just like, oh, it makes, this is the masculine thing to do. But it's kind of, okay, be miserable. It doesn't hurt anybody, so I don't really care. But I think it's kind of stupid, like, why? Why would you? It's really dumb. But, do whatever you want, dude.
I'm man enough to be emotional in front of my wife.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, women love it when their man is emotional in front of them. Like, this is like a really, like, kind of sensitive topic because it's like, well, not even sensitive. It's just kind of, there's a lot of nuance to it. Like, if something is, like, genuinely going wrong and you're feeling horrible about something, I mean, your wife generally would just be like, yeah, it's fine. But if you want to be, like, emotional and, like, wimpy, women really don't like that. Now if you're married, like, your wife ought to know you well enough and know your mood and that sort of thing well enough that this shouldn't be an issue. But it's kind of just a silly, I don't even know if it's like a myth, because I've never had that problem in either direction. Like, I've never had the issue of being, you know, oh, I can't be emotional in front of my wife. I've never had that problem. I guess it must be like a whiny little simp guy, soy boy thing. You know, I can't be emotional, like as emotional as I want to be or something. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't really want to. I just think it's kind of a stupid thing.
In front of my kids.
In front of my horse.
Dude, this is so weird. It's like, I'll be emotional in front of my horse. It makes you think about that. What was that guy? Pepper Coyote. Do you know what I'm talking about? He made that song. I put a clip of it in my video on this. Go watch the Cringe campaign ad video I made earlier today. You'll see. I put the clip in if you don't know what I'm talking about. Oh my God.
I'm man enough to tell you that I cry at Love Actually.
Good Will Hunting.
West Side Story.
That and Predator.
And I'm sick of so-called men domineering.
I just, have you guys ever, like, as guys, like I know that there's like the majority of my audience is guys. Have you guys as guys ever like had an issue? Like, yeah, maybe you cry about a movie, cry over a movie. Yeah, sure. Whatever. You don't really talk about that to other guys, but if you did, like, what you'd probably get is like, hey, you pussy. And then that's it. They move on, and you know, they give each other just a little bit of crap about it, and then they move on. Like that's what it is. Like as a you know, a former athlete, you know, who's been in locker rooms, I've been around those guys that, you know, would give you a hard time. Like I genuinely don't know why this is even like a topic. Doesn't make any sense. Mr. Hominoid, hello, my chlamydia daddy. Hey, Mr. Hominoid, I love you, buddy. Hochoa 96. I don't think I've ever seen you before on a stream. Tim loves being emotional in front of horses. Oh my God, I bet he does. Well, you know, when they talk about all the dolphin and couch stuff about JD Vance, I think they're projecting. So maybe it is horses. I don't know.
Belittling and controlling women just so they can feel more powerful.
See that you say that, but who are you? Who and what are you talking about, and why is it relevant to, why is it relevant to a presidential race? You know what I mean? Like, why do you bring all this stuff up and talk about like, oh, men have been domineering over women for years, therefore vote for the woman? It's like, why? That doesn't necessarily follow. You're missing the middle part of your argument. It's kind of like if you've ever seen in South Park, the underpants gnomes, where they're like, step 1, steal underpants. Step 3, profit. And then step 2 is a question mark. Like, that's exactly what they're doing. This argument makes absolutely no sense. In fact, it's not even an argument. It's just a do what we bid because, you know, female and stuff like that. I mean, there's nothing of substance there. It's like, this is a really, really, really low IQ ad aimed at low IQ people. Hominoid says Cosmic isn't a guy, he's a cosmic alien. The world is flat like a spaceship. Okay. You mean like a UFO maybe? You're talking about Marauder, aren't you? Oh my gosh. It's been so long since I've streamed, guys. And I mean, like I said, you can see why. I've got a friend with me. She woke up, won't go back to sleep. I guess I can't really edit the start of this stream, but nobody's going to watch it because she woke up and I was gone for like 10 minutes. But she, you know, oh my gosh. Hominoid, has it been 7 years since Howard U. Cosmic Hindress? I'll show you. No, it's been like a year and a half. Hasn't been 7 years. Oh my goodness. Woof woof. Hi, baby. Oh my gosh. Let's see here.
That's not how my mama raised me.
I love women.
I love women who support their families.
Women who decide not to have families.
Women who take charge.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
Oh, Jesus. That's so rough. Like this ad is one of the worst things that I've ever seen. It's so terrible. Bunch of mine. Is it just me, or does this ad seem like the script is written by women for men to read on camera? Yeah, 100%. Women or like really low testosterone dudes. Like, dudes don't talk like that. It's like, I think I said it in the video I made about it earlier, where it's like reptoid speak. You know, it's kind of like, hello, fellow men. I too enjoy bourbon and medium rare steaks. It's like, no, nobody, nobody thinks that. Yeah, baby. I just want you guys to know I'm really proud of this little girl. Yeah. And, you know, I didn't get to stream for a while because I've been watching her, and you can see why. But it's so worth it, and I love being a dad. You know, a real man. Oh, joy. The whole thing just sounds so zesty. Yeah, it really is. If you guys haven't seen the video I made earlier, go watch it. Like it was like my gaydar was like screaming the entire time. Yes, you making piggy noises. Is it weird to see me like switching from talking to you guys into a camera to like baby talking my daughter? Is that weird? Listen to her. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's been a while. It's been a while. Okay, so where's your puppy? Okay. So the other topic that I actually kind of wanted to find here. So Trump was in he was in Aurora. What are you looking for? You went down? He was in Aurora doing a rally, which I was actually just in. Uh-oh. Here, you can have this. No, you don't want this? Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be back. I know what you want. You want this? Your friend? Okay. She's got this puppy that it's a stuffed dog that she got. She just absolutely loves it. Because she calls it Ruff Ruff. That's what she keeps saying over and over. Hominoid says 1:01 p.m. So Cosmic has 5.5 years till his next sex encounter. As he said, every 7 years he's a Vulcan next fuck. Gaga goo goo. You really still have a feud with Hominoid or with Marauder, don't you, Hominoid? You want that one too? Okay, so Trump was in Aurora. I was actually just in Colorado, but Trump was there, and I just saw this. Like, I guess it was a couple days ago, but I just saw, and this was kind of crazy. So this is the post-millennial article. It's the only one that was like remotely honest about this because there's like Trump vows to kill immigrants, but he said he's gonna have a very specific plan that he calls Operation Aurora to get rid of the Venezuelan gangs in Colorado, and he called for the death penalty for migrants that kill, well, illegal immigrants is what was the implication, but he did just say migrants, and I'm sure that is going to be the source of a lot of criticism. So here's the article. You can obviously look it up for yourself and you can see it, but it's kind of crazy. So what he actually said was to expedite the removal of the savage gangs, I'll invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. He said he would target and dismantle every migrant gang. And then he said, I'm hereby calling for the death penalty for any migrant that kills an American citizen or law enforcement officer, obviously talking about illegal immigrants. But I mean, that's a powerful statement. Now, I don't know about you guys. I don't necessarily agree with the death penalty in a lot of circumstances, just because like I'm kind of middle of the road on it, because there's a lot of I don't remember what the percentage was. It's something, but it's like a non-trivial percentage, like 6% of people that are convicted and put to death are actually, innocent, or maybe not necessarily guilty of what they're being charged with. So the death penalty to me is kind of like a risky thing. I feel like the government apparatus is incompetent to the point where I don't know that I would want people's lives in their hands. I don't know. But then there's some things, especially, and having a kid really changed my perspective on this. Like when you think about like my little girl, if somebody did something to her, like it would probably never make it to the death penalty. I would probably take it into my own hands, which is a scary thing to say, and I mean something like super serious, if that makes sense. I'm not saying that that's right, but like when you have a kid, like the way you think about things changes, and that it's crazy. It really truly is crazy. Hominoid says, "Where's her Vegemite on toast fingers?" Ew, I'm not giving her Vegemite. Oh my goodness. You guys remember like when I first started streaming, I would get up from my streams from time to time because there were homeless people in my hallway and I have to like chase them out. Well, now I've got a baby. So, equally disruptive, a lot less scary. I remember there was a guy at my old apartment. He came in and like he shoved a metal rod in between my door. Like he pounded on the door and I put the chain on it and then opened it. And he stuck a metal rod in so I couldn't close the door. So I pulled the gun on him and chased him off the property. Like that was scary, man. I lived in a really nasty part of town. It was awful. Let's see here. Yeah, but what do you guys think about this? And here's another interesting thing. And I was talking about this in the last video that I posted, and I didn't think it was going to come up. I wasn't even thinking about this, but do you think that Colorado will ever be, in play in the near future? I lived in Colorado for a while. I worked in Colorado flipping houses with my brother, and there's a lot of sentiment there. Like if you kind of come to people like rationally, there's a lot of red sentiments in Colorado. There's just also a lot of lies, and Denver holds sway over the entire state. It's kind of like Oregon. If you took away if you evened out Portland 50-50, Oregon would be a red state. It's most of Oregon is red. If you take out, Salem, Eugene, Portland, and Bend, pretty much everywhere else is red. And that's because it's Californians coming up to Oregon. So it's, I wonder if Colorado, the part of Colorado I was in up by Rocky Mountain National Park, lots of Trump signs, lots of Trump flags, big trucks with American flags and Trump flags on them. Very interesting. And it brings up something else that I was thinking about where, I get on X quite a bit and just kind of scroll through there to see what people are talking about. And I see, these Democrat and lefty people saying, Trump has no support. And I just wonder, it's very evidently not real because like on the ground, like the places that I've gone and that trip that I was just on, I drove through 1, 2, 3, 4 states, and every single one of them, it was just like, Trump everywhere. So, I mean, it's very, very evidently not the case that it's just a few crazies that support Trump, but they continue to say this and continue to say this and Trump just took the lead in almost all the swing states. In fact, I have that article here too. Let me pull it up. I didn't think I was going to get to this one, especially knowing that this child is what she is. Oh, it pulled up an ad on it because I'm not signed in. Oh, this is just New York Post doing New York Post things. Hominoid, what time is it there, Jackals? Oh God, I'm not doing this. We'll just get out of that. But Trump took over in the swing states. And right now he's over 280. If the polls hold true, which we all know the polls are God knows what. Polls don't matter. So everybody, go vote. But it's wild that Trump, things are swinging Trump's way so hard. Hominoid, what time is it there, Jackals? It is 9:12 p.m. where I'm at. I'm in the central time. I've moved way too many times in my life, so it's no fault of yours that you don't know what time it is where I'm at. But I'm in the central time zone again. And yeah, it's 9:12, so it's pretty late. It's late for this child. She needs to go to sleep. I put her to sleep at about 7, but she just she's up and about. So I don't have like a whole lot of stuff to talk about today. I just kind of want to hang out, see if anybody would show up if I did an impromptu stream. Hello. And I knew that the baby was going to be a factor if she woke up. And while she's young, it's going to be hard for me to stream while she's this little because she doesn't understand. I'm in the middle of something and I wouldn't want her to. I mean, you could tell like right now, I don't really care that nobody's going to watch this video because there's a child running around and I don't care. Like I'm not here to make a living off of YouTube. I just like streaming to talk to the people that do watch me and have these conversations about, what the hell is going on. Hey, pretty girl. Hominoid, it's 1:12 p.m. on Saturday. Yeah, it's getting close to bedtime here. So I've got maybe an hour before I go to bed. I'm still got to put her to sleep. She doesn't know the difference between up and down, so she'll tell me down when she wants up. It's kind of funny. Okay. You can go down. Down and up. Both are down. Hominoid, give me a minute. I'll StreamYard startup. I'm not sure what you mean. If you're wanting to get on, I'm going to be off of here before too long. But it's been, I think I'm just going to wrap this up. Like, I want to talk to you guys about what I'm doing. So I'm making 3 to 4 short videos every day, trying to get some more engagement on my channel, bring in, some new subscribers, whatever. I'd like to grow the channel a little bit. It's not ideal because, when I'm streaming, I have a child distraction, and I don't really have much other time other than when, I'm watching her. And those short videos, they don't usually bring in a whole lot of subscribers, but I would like to grow the channel. I got 30,000 views on a video a couple days ago, about a week and a half ago now. What are you talking about? And so that was pretty cool. I think that was the highest views I've ever gotten. I've got one other one over 20,000. Wonderboy said the live shows took a rough turn when you left. Just filled in. She was okay. It was super LawTube adjacent. The whole scene is degenerate. Yeah, I saw what happened to Ricada. That's crazy, dude. Got all in with coke and all that, so it's just crazy. And then she like changed her name and everything. She's Moxie Dame now on YouTube. I don't know. I don't really talk to any of them anymore. Actually, just recently I reconnected with Howard. We've exchanged some messages, but nothing like. I don't foresee us ever being on again the way we were. He might. I don't know if I'm there. He just didn't like running it by himself because he and I kind of had a good dynamic, but I think there got to be too many people too often, and they got to have drama between them, and it just I don't have anything against any of them. They're all great people. It just didn't work for what we were trying to do. What are you talking about, baby girl? She's snorting at me like a pig. Hominoid said she makes it interesting. Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if you're talking about my baby or if you're talking about Jess. Who knows? Bunjamoid said, glad you're back. I do miss Howard and Mug. Yeah, I do. I said something to Mug on Twitter today. She got new hair, and I told her that I liked her bangs. So, I still, keep in touch loosely with both of them. I'd like to bring them back on and hang out with them. It's just my schedule doesn't allow anything consistent. I started guest lecturing at a university, which is really freaking cool to me. So, between that, the gym, the baby, and work, it's a lot. But, it's wonderful. I'll talk to Howard a little more. but lives are just hard to schedule right now too. It all have to be impromptu. I'd be like, hey Howard, let's get on, and it would have to work that way. Because like right now, I didn't know I would have a time until like 30 minutes before I scheduled it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have about an hour to stream a little bit. So I did, and it's fun, but it's always going to be, I'm going to be watching my daughter and things like that. So it's always going to be like a little bit distracted and just all over the place. Now I'm thinking my mother-in-law is going to be watching my daughter tomorrow, and I'm hoping to do like an uninterrupted stream. I don't know. We'll see. But we just got back from the trip, and of course she really wants to see the baby. So I might have some time. Hominoid surgery on right knee, 26th November. I'll be bionic, not bionic, not 1+ limpy. Oh, well, good. I'm glad you're getting your other knee replaced, Hominoid. You needed that, and I'm glad that you're getting rid of that arthritis pain. Yeah, I miss what's his name? Cosmic, the one that Hominoid had such a beef with. No, I know your beef is just fabricated. You guys are great. I miss talking to him though. He's a very interesting guy, and I'm actually gonna go on a trip to New Mexico sometime early next year. I might try to link up with him and walk around Albuquerque with him. That'd be kind of cool. Do a live stream with the Cosmic Marauder. But in the meantime, all I'm gonna do is just keep trying to grow the channel by posting videos. In fact, the one that I posted last. Let me look. I usually get like 100 or few reviews, but they're doing better and better as time goes on. Like today, my videos together got about 200 views, over 3 videos, and they'll continue to climb. But it's definitely when you take as long of a break as we did, or as I did, I should say. I actually don't know what happened. Like after I stopped coming on the streams, I didn't even look at this channel. Like I would notice from time to time when they were live and I go say something in the chat, like just say hi and then disappear. But I didn't really know what went on with all of them, if there was drama, if they just kind of quit caring or wanting to do anything. Like, I don't know. I have no idea what didn't ask because I don't really want to know. I just looked at it one day and it was like, it's been 6 months since anything was posted. And I was like, okay. Whatever. I didn't have time to do anything about it anyway. And yeah, so Hominoid, wow, from being a student since we first met, now you're lecturing. Wow. I'm so proud. Well, thanks, Hominoid. Yeah. I think it's cool. I've always wanted to teach. But teaching at, a doctoral level takes a while. You got to work your way in. Bungemoy, a Cosmic is cool. Yeah. Cosmic Marauder is a really cool guy. A little eccentric, but we like that here. I mean, look at me. I'm sitting here in the middle of the night with a child running around because she won't go back to sleep. Doing a stream that 6 people are watching. Like, I love that. I actually kind of love that because, if you get too many people on the stream, too many people watching, then you stop being able to kind of directly talk to the chat. No, don't get me wrong. I'd love to have lots of people watching, but at the same time, it kind of loses that more intimate conversation sort of feel. So I don't know. I kind of like, do you guys remember how early on were you guys, Bunch of White? How early on did you start watching? Because I mean, I did, well, let's see, it was like the January of 2021, I believe, when I started making videos. And that was when I did that stream about Tim Pool and Jack Murphy. And I got like 500 subscribers from that one stream. Makes me think I ought to just cause more drama with people just for no, I wouldn't do that. But, I like that, over the last 3-4 weeks that I've been making videos, I've gained about 100 subscribers, and that's kind of cool. No, don't pull on that, silly girl. Here, hold this, please. No, not that, this. Here's silly sausage. You want the bottle? Okay. You confuse me. Now, do any of you guys watch the videos I post daily? And do you have any suggestions Jack Murphy situation. Okay, so Bungemoy, you've been here from pretty much the start. I think I had made 2 videos before that happened, so you've been here the whole time. Yeah, do you guys watch those? I know you watch some of them, Bungemoy, and I've seen Hominoid comment on them too. Do you guys have any suggestions, like how to make those better? Should I make them longer? Should I like go into more detail instead of like just reporting what's happening and giving a quick opinion? Should I kind of dig into it a little bit more? So Hocho at 96. I'm guilty of following because of Jack Murphy dropped. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Bungemoy stuck on afterwards since I stopped watching Beanie Bro. Yeah, I've popped back in on Tim Pool once in a while, and you know I've noticed that there's things he won't touch. Like, you remember with the JD Vance getting denied service at the restaurant? I got 30,000 views on the video I made of that and gained like 50 subscribers. Thought it was pretty cool. But Tim never touched it. Wouldn't touch it. Didn't touch the Kamala teleprompter thing. And there's like it's because there's a question on it, but he still wouldn't touch it. Can you tell that I have a 1-year-old? She's got a singing toy. Can you bring me that? Silly girl. Hochoa, I've always said never trust a dude with a big beard and a lisp, and I was right. That's funny. There. Now take it over there. Mr. Hominoid, they're fine videos. Okay. I mean, really all I try to do is just like say what's going on, because I don't like when people kind of just bloviate on and on about things that, you know, on videos that could have been 4 or 5 minutes, they make them 15 minutes so they can get the mid-roll ads. You know what I mean? I never liked that, so I don't do it. But at the same time, I understand why they do. But understand, like, I'm not doing it for money. I think, like, in the life of my channel, I actually just finished setting up the AdSense account, and I think there's like $144 in it after all this time, and that's including like super chats and stuff. So it's not lucrative for me whatsoever. I mean, like after like 2 years of being monetized, because I wasn't consistently making videos that people were watching, like a lot of those lives, I could tell that the people that subscribed really didn't watch those lives that I wasn't on very much, because they would get like 30 views, you know. Bungemoy, with the videos, the shorter format is better. I think the videos are good length as is, to the point and informative. Okay, and Hominoid agrees. So, yeah, I think that I kind of like doing it that way because I can do it at work, like in between. Because I listen to like 3 or 4 different news people as I'm driving, and then like local news stations and stuff, and just kind of become a little bit of a news junkie. And I just, you know, since I work in home health, I'll stop at houses and do my stuff, and then I'll pull off to like a park or a gas station, sit there for 5 minutes, record the video, give my opinion, you know, find an article to link, and then, you know, go to my next person's house. Because I schedule my day so that I've always got like 15 minutes a couple times in between, and that's how I make those videos. So it's, I mean, it's really not, they're not super high effort, but the amount of research that I do, I guess, is pretty high, because you know, what I'm doing is listening to so much, you know, as far as like just the basic information in order to make the video. Can you tell my little girl's tired? Do you want this? She found a Listerine bottle, like a travel size Listerine bottle from when we went on our trip in August, and she absolutely loves this thing. I filled it up with water, and she just likes it. Do you want this? Anyway, well, you know what, guys? Oh, Hominoid, he's a bit of news. Cigarettes are being banned to people if you're born 2015 in South Australia, so cancer and better. Huh, they're banning cigarettes in Australia. That's crazy. I don't know. I kind of think, like, I like that people won't be smoking as much, but I also like the, like, Ron Swanson school of thought, where, you know, the cool thing about America is that if you want to eat and gain, you know, 400 pounds and die at 35, then you have the right to do that. The other side of that is I just don't want to pay for your Medicaid. But, you know, on the other hand, like, it's good to not have all those, you know, those horrible products like cigarettes and, you know, simple sugars like high fructose corn syrup and trans fats and all that stuff, you know, so readily available. But, you know, I don't know. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna sign off. I'm just gonna leave this live up. I'm not, you know, like I said, I don't really expect much of it. I don't expect people to watch it when it's not live because it, big gaps and having a toddler running around. But I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of a stream, talk to the people that are here, and let you guys know what I'm doing and how and that I'm gonna continue to make videos as best I can. So that being said,